Thank you guys. Tuning in, Coach Kizzy, Just Life Solutions. I forgot to mention on the last video. I guess it's gonna be part two. But so this is my life journey. This is my life journey. My life haven't been perfect, but this is my life journey. So therefore that's why you put your my past haven't been great, right? It haven't been great, but I am who I am, and God created me as my own image, and He know exactly what I was gonna attract. He know everything. He know everything about me. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, this is my life journey to actually educate and lead the next generation in where they won't fall short in the things that I have chose in my life. I chose some wrongdoings in my life. And but I bring my skeletons to the front street. I bring my skeletons to the front street because you want to know why? That's my testimony. That's my testimony. And God, whatever God do in my life, whatever God do in my life, I never complain. You understand? I never complain because I never complain because He never make mistakes. He already know exactly how your life is set up. He knows how your life is set up. He knows how you're gonna go out. He knows all this. So therefore, I never complain about my journey in life, but I applied it to my life. I applied it to my life only because you want to know why I applied it to my life? Because this is something that God created. He wrote a book on me before I was even a seed. And when He placed that seed into my mother's womb, my book was already written from the time I was born, from the time I checked out. And I don't complain about the situation. I don't complain about the situation because everything that happens in life is God's doing. I could have he could have gave he could have wrote in his book that I was gonna have cancer. He could have wrote in his book that I was gonna have high blood pressure. He could have wrote in his book that I was gonna get shot or anything like that. But I don't complain because He is the one that created who I am. So being a good leader is to actually show and tell people about my testimony and tell them that don't go down that road. That's the road that you don't want to follow. That's why God put me here today with these guys. He put me here for a reason and for a season to actually get them in alignment because actually in reality they wasn't worried about what was going on inside of their body. And that's just being real. That's big facts. They wasn't worried about what's going on in their body. They wasn't worried about it. They were only worried about is having a sexual partner or having somebody to be with. You know, so therefore, honesty. My exes back in the day, like I'm gonna tell you, I was kind of ashamed to say, okay, yeah, I have HIV. Just to be real, I was kind of ashamed to say, oh, I have HIV, just to come out and tell somebody that. But now that I'm openly to that subject, I'm open to it. Some knew because they found my medication. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, I was kind of ashamed to say that I have HIV, and who would want to say that? But you have to be honest with yourself. When you start being honest with yourself, listen to what I'm telling you. That's why I say people make mistakes. You understand what I'm saying? People make mistakes, but it comes a time and a point where you have to decide. You have to decide. God did this to me. Did nobody do it to me but God? He did. He put this disease in the inside of me, but I don't claim it. You understand? I don't claim it. I don't claim that I have it because every time that you claim something, then your body start to ache. Your body start to do something. I always say that I am healed. I am healed. But now, farther from like This like before, I mean, like it's been a minute though, but it's been a while though. But I have been honest about my status. You understand what I'm saying? I've been honest about my status because at the end of the day, that's for real. That's how we make mistakes. That's how we make mistakes by not being honest. Not being honest, we make mistakes like that. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, that's why I have to actually embrace who I truly am. And when I embrace who I truly am, then if my partner is cool with who I am, because you got to accept every flaws of me, but you got to be honest. It's a lot of people that I have came across. It's a lot of people that I came across as in they was I'm positive and they was negative. And they was like, I'd rather be with somebody that's positive. I'd rather be with somebody that's positive and somebody that's not positive, well, positive and not telling me, or some however they put it. That was they saying, I don't know about it, whatever. But if you know the things were to prevent things from happening in your life, you apply yourself in a way that you have to be accountable. You have to be accountable to everything that you do in life. You understand? So I know this is my testimony. You understand? This is my testimony. And I'm gonna follow this testimony by being who I am. I can't change that. I can't change that. So with that being said, you guys, I just want you to know, I just want you to actually start to get tested. And then you know that if you don't want to go get tested, they have things that you can get online and you can apply for them apply for the little package, and it comes to your house and you can test yourself. Okay. So be